Oh shit.
And, she was like, you'll have, like, a 90-some-odd-year-old grandmother staring or glaring at you on a bus because your hair is slightly the wrong shade, which means you either are a delinquent or a witch or both.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Because, like I said, she looked perfect or completely Japanese, but her hair was slightly the wrong color, which meant that everyone distrusted her instantly.
How dare she? It's like my friends and my dad actually. They lived in Japan when they were kids. My friend though lived when he was like really young, like 10 or 12. My dad was in high school. But my friend Sam, he remembers that there were like vans full of people yelling like insults and stuff like that at people who looked non-full Japanese. Like his friend who lived there was half Japanese, half American.
Yeah.
And he'd get like just verbally assaulted by random people in vans as they drove by yelling that he was like an inbred or like stuff that just was not normal.
I was reading a friend of mine actually went to Japan to become an English teacher at one point. And the thing is, the Japanese are used to, culturally speaking, you are just supposed to sit back and take whatever anyone throws at you verbally.
Right.
I mean, it's like, so everyone knows he speaks Japanese fluently. That is why he is an English teacher. He is also, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, and about 6'4".
Oh, God. Good luck with that.
And he was just constantly, the people who, he worked with. Oh, wrong button. What the hell button is? I think it's F1. No, F2, F3. F3. No, just the Japanese people he worked with would, talk to him really nicely and be really, polite and so forth when they were talking to his face, then turn around and talk to each other and just start saying shit about him less than 2 feet away.
I've actually realized, like, because the school I go to has a lot of exchange students and stuff like that, I've realized, like, I'm not saying this to be mean, but most of them are dicks. In the sense where, like, my friend, he lives in a hall, and there's a lot of Chinese exchange students in that one. And he'd say hi to one of them, and then they'd, like, go, like, and they'd say hi back, and then they start saying stuff in Chinese. And his roommate's Chinese from Hong Kong, but he's super nice, total nerd, and I love him, he's fun. But he's like, what did you do to them? And he's like, what do you mean? Because they are, like, pissed. They're, like, calling you all sorts of things. It's like, all I said was hi. I mean, it's crazy, and they are apparently very hostile.
I hate to say it, but there's...
Oh, I think I found tin.
Oh, cool. I think I found tin, too. I found iron. That's also important. Let's see what that is. Yes, tin.
Tin. Awesome.
We're going to need a lot of that, and copper, and... I don't know.
What else there is in here?
Herculaneum. Who knows?
Orichalcum.
Yes, we need orichalcum and mithril.
The ultimate keyblade is upon us.
No, but, yeah, but it was just weird because he would turn around to them and go like, I speak Japanese.
Oh, shit.
And then they would look surprised that he had said anything. Because, he was... But, I've known a lot of Chinese people, and I think it has to do with the fact that a lot of the country is not in that great shape when it comes to, a lot of things. And they're just hostile because they're so used to basically fighting for basic things to survive.
And see, in my school, it's the opposite of that, because most of the Chinese students, if they're there, it usually means that their family's really wealthy, or at least that's what his Chinese exchange, or his roommate said. And a lot of them are actually really stuck up and dick-like, mainly because, they're wealthy kids. And a lot of them actually just, like, drink alcohol and smoke dope pretty much in their room 24/7.
Yeah.
And especially because Adams Hall, the one that they live in, is like way out in like the middle of the woods for no real reason, so nobody really goes out there.
Well, what else are you going to do then? I mean, it sounds like perfect setup.
Like, I know, it's like the perfect position, and I guess nobody's really caught on, but yeah, over there's like a lot of shit happening.
But
in fact, sorry, quick story. Last year, before I actually attended the school, they had an incident where some gang beat up this kid because they thought that he stole his Air Jordans. And they had to expel like 12 different people because they caught them. And the way that they caught them was that they put the video of them beating this kid up on YouTube, and somebody found it. Yeah, and then somebody found it, And then, needless to say, they were gone.
I went up to
And
make
it was
torches.
the most stereotypical thing, too. I mean, it was like, I didn't think, like, think things like that actually happens.
Oh, I could tell you that they do, growing up where I grew up. That's one of those things of, well, I always had I was poor as dirt, so I had the shitty shoes.
Right. I'm going to put some tea here.
But that was one of those things of, it happened. I mean, I got to get in a fight once because some people decided they wanted my friend's, like, Vespa.
That's odd.
And, well, they'll steal those because in this city you're not actually legally required to have a license and registration for them.
Oh, well, hey, that's a concoction for disaster.
So, basically that means they can steal them and the police will never bother, like, pulling you over if they see you on.
I didn't think you needed a license for a Vespa.
You do. You need a motorcycle license.
I did not know there were even separate licenses for it.
There are. There's Class A, B, and C licenses, I believe, and I think that's Class B. I'm not entirely sure.
What would C be, like trucks and stuff?
Yeah, commercial.
Right.
I don't know. I guess B stands for bike and A stands for automobile.
And C is commercial, so yeah.
Yeah. But, like, I watched them, and the way they did it was they waited till he was driving down the street, grabbed a 2x4, and ran out into the road and, like, held it at head level. Apparently this was what they just, like, the standard way of doing things.
That's kind of fucked up.
And it was funny because I was riding after him on my bicycle.
And you were not having any of that shit.
And he stopped, and they're like, give us the, the funny thing is, because this is the other story, every time I start telling this, everyone goes, black hoodlums. Like, no, they were all white people.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they were all white
it's
people.
Maryland, I mean, that's,
Oh, no, we actually have one of the highest African-American densities in the U.S.
In Maryland?
Yeah.
Huh.
But,
I would have thought it would be, like, down here or something.
No, actually, we have a higher black population than most of the southern states.
That's weird.
But, either way, I was going to give us the bike, and I got off of my bicycle, picked it up, and hit one of them in the face with it. And then they left.
And they were gone. Never saw them again.
Because it's just one of those things of when someone picks up a bicycle and hits your friend in the teeth with it, what are you going to do from there?
You're kind of done. Yeah, I'm going to go home now. I think I left my stove on.
And the funny thing is, you tell a lot of stories about fighting. You're really violent. No!
It's not that you did it on purpose. I mean, it's something you had to do.
Yeah, it's like, well, it was that or have my friend's, brand new $5,000 scooter get stolen, and the police wouldn't do shit about it.
So, you gotta take matters in your own hands.
Yeah, and, well, the funny thing is it did get stolen like a week later, and my friend was like, I'm just not gonna pay any money I still owe on it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm done. Oh, hey, found copper.
Found what?
Copper.
Oh, I thought you said I found popcorn. I was like, that's an ore?
If only we were so lucky we need something to eat on the trip there.
Yeah.
I could make some pennies.
I found it. Awesome. Soon we'll have we'll start a banking industry, and we'll
go back in time in our TARDIS, invest the money into a 17th century bank, go back 500 years into the future, or go forward 500 years into the future, pick up the earnings after the interest is settled in.
Yeah.
And we'll fund our space program.
Someone actually was like, oh, I thought something was attacking me. No, I'm just hungry.
Oh.
No, but someone actually created like a TARDIS mod for like Minecraft.
Yeah, it's like 4 doors set into like a box, right?
Yeah, I'm like, that's a really neat idea, but what would time travel in Minecraft accomplish?
You'd go to a slightly larger forest.
Yeah, a slightly larger forest. The world is slightly different,
It's like
maybe.
Oh wait, no, I think I remember there like being a time travel mod where like it went back to the Jurassic period.
That would be kind of neat.
And it was neat, except it was horrifying being chased by a T-Rex when all you have is like an iron sword or a stone sword.
Yeah, that's where I want guns and bazookas.
Something that would pierce the hide of a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, I want
a harpoon, a railgun.
Give me an army of Mongol warriors, please.
Something, anything. Throw me a frickin' bone here.
Okay, I'm slowly getting down to the level at which I might find diamonds.
I have no idea where I am. All I know is that I've been digging for a while, and I have a lot of stone.
I think it may be night out, which will be awkward.
I'm not gonna worry about that because I'm afraid of nighttime.
I think I hear lava. That worries me slightly.
The Sounds of Lava, brought to you by Isstvan82. Enjoy your holiday season.
It's kind of funny because I don't, head out that often. Most of the time I stick around the house and take care of things that need to be done, so I don't get as horribly saturated with Christmas music as everyone else does.
I'm not really even a big holiday fan to begin with.
I'm okay with them. I have nothing...
I like The Gathering, but that's about it.
Yeah, I heard my father apparently, flip out at someone once where they're talking on, they're taking the Christ out of Christmas. It's like, shut the... And he, told him, shut the fuck up. It's about spending time with your family.
I like your dad.
Love your family. Stop bitching.
Stop bitching about it. 6 pound 8 ounce baby Jesus. Go. I hear zombies. I think I'm near a dungeon.
And you think what Jesus would really want is everyone to, be good to each other and love their neighbors.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really know what Jesus
I'm pretty sure that's written down somewhere too.
And love thy neighbor, somewhere in there. Pretty sure it's there, you can look.
Okay, I don't know what that was, but I don't seem to be able to break it with a stone pick, so time to go make...
I was at the movies seeing The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, which was an awesome movie, by the way. But there was this one preview for a movie called The Son of God, which it looked like a fine movie. It looked like it was well-produced, stuff like that. It was about this, stories of Jesus Christ throughout his life, from, childhood to death, I guess. But the thing is, it was entirely in Spanish for no real reason. It was just the story of Spanish Jesus. And I wasn't really sure why. Jesus was not Spanish. He spoke Aramic, but...
Yeah.
It was there, and it's a thing. I might go see it just because I like Spanish Jesus, but,
Yeah, well, I'm, Oh, did you hear the Republican Party needs help from people because they've decided that the Bible is too liberal, so they're rewriting it, and they want to crowdsource its writing.
It wouldn't be the first time that's happened in history, and every cobblestone did. I need food before I go to half heart. Oh god, are these carrots ready?
They might be.
This one looks ready. And I was right. I want to eat 3 and then put the rest in there.
Cook some iron.
Please stop dying. Here they are. Oh, we need 2, I guess. Do you want a carrot?
Actually, I'm fine at mostly dead.
Alright. I just right-click the ground. Yeah, there we go.
Just need a couple iron.
Should we make another door for the mine?
Might not be a bad idea. We could put it just right on the other wall next to that door.
Yeah, I can throw that together real quick.
Oh. But I've just always had this whole problem with anyone that... Well, there's a wonderful song that, by one of my favorite musicians, Voltaire, called God Thinks, and it starts out, talking about, all the horrible things people, say, and, and then use God as an excuse for why they say it.
Yeah, that seems to happen a lot, especially down here.
And, it's the chorus is, God thinks our people like you are hateful. Yes, thank you.
God wanted us to have our choice in either incandescent light bulbs or fluorescent light bulbs. You can't take that right away from us.
Oh, aluminum ore.
I kind of find it sad that that's a thing.
Yeah, I got to hear Angel come home and tell me about the lady who came into the store screaming about fluorescent and incandescent light bulbs and how it was all a plot from Obama.
Yeah.
And she just, Angel just stared at her like, are you high? And when she dared, when she dared to tell the lady that, sorry, the current light bulbs that they're coming out with are actually much better and save energy, the woman just flipped her shit and wound up going and complaining to the manager about her.
Oh, jeez. I'm sure that went down perfectly for that woman.
Well, the manager just stared, because the thing about...
I figured that would happen.
The thing about Home Depot is they pretty much, oh god, zombie, just tell you, or they'll pretty much just agree with the lunatic for the sake of making them shut up.
Yeah, that's usually the best course of action.